Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. It's time for us to head into the temple at the top of the mountain and actually go in there to free our wife Bianca. We went to the temple last episode with only a quick dive into it to get the Zenithian armor for Cosmo. I think it's appropriate that we have Cosmo and Harriet be the members of our party, seeing it they'll be rescuing their mother. So now, even though the wagon isn't going to look like it's accompanying us into this dungeon, actually all our party members will be available in this dungeon, so that's really nice. But like I said, we'll still just be using the Cosmo and Harriet, the son and the daughter. Seems most appropriate. So we're going to fly Master Dragon up to that temple, use the Zenithian bell to summon him. He was going to take us all the way up to the top of the mountain. He's the only thing that can get us that high. And here we go. And we end up right on it. Some of the temple is going to look similar from when we were building it back at the beginning of Generation 2. What are you wondering about? The High Priest lecture is about to begin. Hurry up and get in there. So everyone we talk to right now will just basically the same thing. Hooray for our priest, hooray for Lady Martha. So we have to turn around, talk with the guards again, and then they realize that unlike all the other people here, we haven't had our souls removed from us. We're not just chanting in unison. So let's show off this dragon staff. Unlike Dragon Warrior 3, where when you cast Bite Bee Dragon, it would take another turn for you before you started breathing flames. On this one, as soon as you use the dragon staff, you turn right into the dragon, and for the rest of the battle, you'll be spitting those flames out. So it's good, I guess, for battles with a lot of monsters in them. Against single targets, you know, Bean will just be better just using his physical attacks. So there's Bianca. Now, if we try to use the Staff of Soros, like Harriet did to remove the petrification from Bean, we'll see that it doesn't work because an all too powerful curse surrounds the area. My name is Martha. As High Priest Ivol is not present, the temple is under my charge. So you're Bean, you may not know this, but I'm your mother. Oh, Bean, you've grown so much. As your mother, you can't imagine how much I wanted to see you. Back when I think Papa's was really a pathetic man. See, I heard this story about him. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. Well, never mind then. Would you promise to serve the High Priest Lord Ivol alongside your loving mother? Sure, why not? Well, of course. You, after all, my son. Lord Ivol will be thrilled this one. Oh yes, before we meet Ivol, why don't I give you a special sort of welcome? And what she'll end up doing is she'll curse us. So basically what you want to do is, it doesn't matter this first time here, we say we don't want to hear this story about Papas, but we basically say that we don't want to serve the High Priest. And then we continue to deny that, even though she says, hey, I'm your mother. If we say yes, if we say that we, you know, basically confirm that we're going to work with her, then we'll get cursed. So we just keep denying, saying that, no, we're going to, you know, not work with you. And then we get to actually enter this battle uncursed. And we get to fight Ramada. I put the Ramada stats there in gold because it, yeah, white looked, it blended in too much to the background, so. This guy's not too bad. Even though he looks like a Cyclops and you figured he'd be a physical attacker, he can actually use several breath attacks to hit everybody. So we're going to want to still use increase to increase our defense for when he does use physical attacks. I want to also use our by-kill spell on Bean and Cosmo to make them do double damage. And when we have time, we can have Harriet also try to cast the decrease spell. Yes, a pretty good resistance to defense, the decrease spell, but we can, if you want to keep trying, you can hit him with it twice to reduce his defense by 200 points. You might not be able to get that though, because, like I said, he seems to have pretty good resistance to the decrease spell. But when Harriet has everyone healed up, we'll try to take advantage of it. But so the Ramada fell, like I said in the remake, that's the symbolized by the Queen piece. We still have the King piece, which is the High Priest Ivol. He's at the bottom of the temple here. So he basically says, "Hey, old Lord Ivol," just like how Gemma said. "What's going on? What happened out here? Hey, hey, hey." And with the defeat of Amada, then the people get their like souls back. And one of them is Jijo. He's the kid who was abducted at the beginning of Generation 3 here. So we search here where the Amada was standing. We find a staircase, and we head on in, and this will look familiar. Yep, this is where we were working as a slave, but now a thing has been completed. And we can head inside the temple. So these guys are really annoying. The evil spirits, they're the worst. They can change your tactics, but the worst thing they do is they can use the drum. It's a drum that we'll be able to find later on. And what that does is it casts by kill on everybody. So it's good when we'll eventually get that in the bonus dungeon, the Drum of War, because it casts by kill on everybody. But it really is really bad when there's like a bunch of evil spirits and they use it, or they're with a bunch of other, like sometimes we'll get evil spirits with the metal dragons. The metal dragons hit hard as is. Having them by kill this just really, really dangerous. So yeah, you want to try to take those evil spirits out as soon as possible. They're a very deadly enemy. We head into the temple here, and we're going to see, occasionally we're going to see like guards walking around. They look like Pippin. They look like human, but actually when you talk with them, you will bring up a monster encounter. So it doesn't matter what we say to this guy. Doesn't matter if we say yes or no. He does the same thing, like, "Don't bother responding. I'm hungry and I'm going to eat you." But he's not going to eat us because we're going to defeat him. Good old Snake Hand. Pretty easy enemy. Same one that was guarding the Zenithian armor. 2 hits, done. I gave Harriet, if you notice, the Zeus's spear. Harriet has a really weak attack. So mainly when she's not casting magic, we'll be having her just use the Zeus's spear to hit all enemies. And do more than just a regular attack. So this is kind of like a maze. It's not really a maze. It's not a hard maze. You just got to realize that you can walk under these archways. And oftentimes you have to walk under the archways to continue on your little journey. We're going to head into the center here. Get some treasure. And unfortunately we're going to take a really long way around here. But eventually we got to get to the staircase there in the middle. Luckily though, once you get down that staircase, it's a straight shot right to the High Priest Ivol. It looks like a big crocodile. Here's a demon claw. That'll go to Barongo. Good increase in attack for him there. He'd still keep the Ice Blade though. That'll give him a multi-targeting attack. At level 40 though, he will learn his own multi-targeting attack, the Thunder Spell. So here we got Evil Clowns. The Evil Clowns are annoying because they can revive other characters, other monsters. They can cast the revive spell. So we don't want to really like concentrate solely on the. If you take out the Dark Shaman there, then the Evil Clown will just revive him. So I'm going to try to take them out like together at the same time. We always saw the Dark Shaman earlier. We'll just being concentrated on one cog, we'll concentrate on the other. In the Evil Clown there we can see he also he has 2 maces there. He can actually attack twice. It's almost like he has the Falcon Sword. There we go, took him out. Now we take the Shaman out. And that pretty much does it for enemies here, new enemies in this area. Got a Blizzard spell. It's a really strong snow-based spell. She'll eventually learn the strongest exploding spell, Explode. And she'll learn that at level 38. And usually about level 40 is the level that you're good enough to beat the game at. We'll be doing some level grinding a little bit, but no point really doing level grinding until actually you get your wife back. So here's a skeleton. We find out it's not an ordinary skeleton. Dear Maria, I may not live much longer. I hope you're happy. So that is Maria's brother, the guard, who helped us escape back when Bean and Henry were slaves. Turns out, well, he didn't live. I'm gonna sneak around this way under the arch, and this will be a straight path up to the center. We're gonna have another one of those guards that we can fight. Might be a good time to heal yourself up. Because like I said, once you go down those staircases there, it's a straight shot to Ivol. So maybe fighting this one little guard will be really easy, and it's a good time to maybe just parry and use the Staff of Benediction to heal yourself up. But unfortunately, Cosmo decides to get a critical hit here. So, yeah, the best laid plans. But that's okay. Bean has quite a bit of MP left, so he can heal up before the fight. He actually got into another fight there. And there is the High Priest Ivol. So you made it this far, have you? If I look on your face, you've even managed to defeat my right-hand man, Ramada. And after all I've done, the legendary hero still managed to be born. Up to now, the Almighty's vision could not be achieved. However, the finale is at hand. And from now on, history shall be mine to write. Your comments from the wagon have been summoned. Now, come meet your death, legendary hero, and your pathetic clan. Alright, so this is Ivol. Really annoying boss. Mainly because even though you're going to be spending a lot of time buffing yourself, the same buffs, increasing your defense by killing your characters, Bean and Cosmo, Ivol will eventually, after so many turns, will use the freezing breath to remove, not freezing breath, but freezing rays to remove all your buffs, and you just have to rebuff again. Now, Ivol can also put some buffs on himself though, like the bounce. When he does that, we can use Cosmos have the Zenithian sword, and that basically removes all the enemy's buffs. Because if you attacked him or cast a spell on him when that bounces there, it'll just bounce back. He has a even better defense against the decrease spell than Ramada, so it might actually even be worth it to try to cast defense on him. The main thing is trying to get the buy kill up on your two attackers, Cosmo and Bean. As you can see, the decrease just doesn't seem to be working against him, so. But eventually, he seems to follow the same pattern, where he uses like a breath attack, then he attacks you, then he puts a buff on himself, then he casts Explode It, removes your buffs, and then attacks. So it's just a matter of patience, really. So, as always, if Harry has time and doesn't need to heal, have her just use the Spear of Zeus. We'll try to save her MP for the keep debuff for buffing our characters, because as you see, he can eventually remove your buffs. Sadly, I don't have any more. I didn't have any magic waters to give to Cosmo there. His healer spell could actually be pretty useful in this fight, because it casts the basically heal on everybody. We're eventually going to get that Sage's Stone, which does that. Does that without casting any MP. Just an item that can be used over and over and over again. But we won't get that until we actually get into the Demon World. Unlike Dragon Quest 3, though, where you got it basically almost at the very end of the dungeon. And this one will actually get it as soon as we enter the Demon World. But before we can enter the Demon World, we have to defeat Ivol, because he has the last of the 3 rings needed to enter. But we'll learn more about how to enter the Demon World later on. For now, we just want to take this guy out. So a good reason why this party works pretty good for this fight is they all have armor that helps protect against spells and breath attacks. So Bean with that royal cloak ain't taking too much damage. Cosmo with the Zenithian armor, and Harriet with the princess robe. So it's a good party because they have the good defensive measures as well as being pretty good offensively. So mainly Bean and Cosmo were doing their being offensive. Occasionally though, we're going to have them switch up a little bit here. Cosmo's going to heal himself, Bean's going to heal Harriet, and then Harriet can use the staff to heal Bean. Harriet and Cosmo needed more healing. So that's why I focused the heal all on them, the heal all spells. And even if Ivol did decide to attack, Bean has the kind of the best defense, and also that royal cloak protects him against spells and stuff really well, so you don't have to worry too much about him. You can just get away with a heal more spell that the Staff of Benediction casts. So as you can see, Ivon's basically just using the same pattern. So now we could also, if things get really, really bad, we could always have switched someone out. I could have had, had Harriet jump back into the wagon and have, say, Pippin pop out, or Barongo, a better attacker. But we managed to take Ivol out with just the same party here, so. He's almost down. Last more of those freezing rays. 4,500 hit points is almost like the max that most enemies have. The final boss will have the same amount too. The bonus boss though will have twice as much, 9,000. Yeah, 4,500 seems to be the standard. The big old Bjorn monster had it. Gemma had it. The final Demon King will have it. Of course, they have different attack patterns and defenses to make them a little bit different, but again, good use of that Staff of Benediction. A lot of these earlier RPGs, items were like really overpowered. I'm thinking of Phantasy Star 2. In that game, there were so many pieces of equipment that were just tend to be better than your regular attacks. Look at that. Quite a bit of levels there for everybody, because he gave quite a big chunk of experience there. And the best thing is, once you defeat Ivol, all the monsters in the temple disappear. We can't use the outside spell to get away from here, because there's kind of a cutscene. We're going to actually hear from our real Mother Martha, not the fake one that Ramada tried to be. But now we learn the Demon King's real name is Mildrath. And Ivol tries to get him to give cast one last spell against us, but apparently the Demon Lord doesn't answer. And Ivol just is defeated for good. And we get the third ring, the Ring of Life. Whoever equips the Ring of Life, they basically gain 1 hit point back for every step they take. So it's kind of like Odric's armor in Dragon Quest 1. So I'll end up giving that to Harriet. Bean will get the Flame Ring, even though it's kind of pointless for him. Bianca will have the Water Ring. Harriet will get the Life Ring, and then the Sun, Cosmo, the legendary hero, will give him the Meteorite Armband. Everybody lets you get those Elven amulets as well. There is a city actually in the Demon World. We can buy some really good equipment, including those Elven amulets. So we want to make sure that every single character gets one of them. Now we're going to have to use the rings to open the path to the Demon World. But once we open the path to the Demon World, we get to that town in the Demon World, we can use the return spell. So then, because once you put the rings on the statue to open the demon way up, they're going to be stuck on the statue. And if you take the rings off the statues, then the seal will close. But like I said, once we go to the town, it'll be a return destination. So we can go back to the regular world here, take the rings off, get their benefits, and then just warp back to the demon world with the return spell. So here's the cutscene that gets from casting the outside spell. Bean, my name is Martha, can you hear me? No matter what you say, she says, oh, you can hear my voice, the voice of your mother. Bean, I could wish for nothing but to see how you have grown. But that is a wish that must never come true. Bean, you must not come to the world of demons. Even the legendary hero will be no match for the great demon lord. And Bean, I have both heard that you are both wife and child. Forget about me, live happily with your family. And all my life I swear that I will not allow Mildred to escape this place. Now go, I believe there is someone waiting for you. Goodbye, my son. And that's what we'll pick up in our next episode. Who's waiting for us? Find out then. Bye.